Hi, my name's Rico Antonelli. I've been playing guitar since I was roughly 10 years old. My dad let me, after I came back from music school, my dad let me stay home for a year, and I treated it like a job. I would get up and play for 8 hours a day. I like my job. I mean, obviously if you can just make a living playing music and that's what you're doing in your beautiful world of just doing it that way, that's fine. But I have a great job. My boss is awesome. I've been there for 18 years, so it fits in really well because being a bartender, you can just ask somebody else to do your shifts. Somebody always wants a shift anyway. You give the whole week away. You can go out, hey, we got shows in Texas, Dallas, somewhere in there. Okay, then give your shifts away, get your tickets, go. Let's get, you know what I mean? It's just that simple. It makes it a lot easier for all that. And also, since you're on stage anyway, you're just on a smaller stage behind a bar there, so you just talk to people. That's all they kind of want. So as long as you're friendly, it makes a good bartender. There's some people that bartend that really, they don't have that skill or whatever the case is. So it just depends, you know. So it works good if you're good on stage and you're friendly with people anyway. So it's just doing another form of entertainment sometimes.
I do my stretches before I've got to go dance with Magic Mike tonight. Yeah, me and Magic Mike, we go dancing all the time. You go home now. You go home now. We could just like maybe pay a Google car guy $100 just to give us an extra scan as he goes by. Yeah, we'll see.
When you're playing, and you're playing a lot more consecutive gigs, and a lot of times, some people will rehearse, sometimes people need that break to not burn out, and they're just better as a band each show after a while. Playing shows is different than just practicing, even in there when you're at the show and you're doing it live and PA's thumping and whatever's going on in that place is a different vibe and a different feel than in a practice area, no matter how you really have it set up. And that's what everybody lives for, is those shows. So if you're playing more shows like that, as a show, you're going to get just so much stronger, so much tighter. It's just what happens to every band gels on the road after a first few shows. You know what I mean? They always do. There's a certain amount of dedication you gotta have to the instrument. You know, whatever you want to get out of it's what you're gonna get too. You know, I probably pick it up 4 times a week and play pretty hard and try to learn some things if I'm straightening out what we're doing in our set. Just being a better player, being better at it. Because you know, you're young, you're trying to get in the mix, and if you're not a person that was just a virtuoso overnight, which some, you know, I've met people that just could pick up an instrument, any instrument, and just you know, wail on it. You know what I mean? So there's those people, and then there's the other people that work hard and you get, you know, good and decent and all that. But there's several different types in that way. But just getting better at it, good enough to get validated that, oh wow, you know what? Now I'm playing with the big boys. Like I can remember when you first got into the clubs, you did our first club gig, like, oh my God, dude, we're in the club, yeah. And now, you know, now you're playing, and then you start playing bigger stages and all that. You kind of look back and they were great shows, and don't get me wrong, but it's, you know, that feeling of accomplishment at that moment where you're like, love to play. It's what I like to do, so I'm always going to do it. So you might as well just be who you are, you know what I mean? And the rest of it has to fall into place at some point. Well, that's the whole deal. It's the whole reason why you play. I like playing live. Recording's okay. It gets tiresome if you've really got a lot of work to do, or if you haven't done your homework and you're in there. That's when it gets, hard for people. But I like that process too. I just like live playing much better, I love playing in the band I'm in. I hope we get to stay together because, this particular band that I'm in, everyone has a decent job. No one's a drunk or a drug addict or any of the stuff a lot of decent musicians have to put up with from other musicians type thing. It's a truly fun, good time. So, as far as the future part of that, we'll have to see where it takes us. I think it'll only take us as far as we work. Yeah, everybody wants to be a rock star, especially when you're growing up and you see Eddie Van Halen on stage, or Randy Rhoads, or Jake E. Lee jumping all around, and Ozzy throwing him by the hair down on the ground, and he's playing Bark at the Moon, and you're like, whoa, what's that? That makes a big impression on you. Being a bartender, you can just ask somebody else to do your shifts. Somebody always wants a shift anyway. You give the whole week away and go out. Hey, we got shows in Texas, Dallas, somewhere in there. Okay, then give your shifts away, get your tickets, go. Let's go. You know what I mean? It's just that simple.